Hey, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Jeremiah.
And this is Video Game Eats.
Where you craft your favorite foods from your favorite video games.
What are we making today, Jay?
Today we're starting off with some Lembas bread. Then we're going to switch over to some cram, some West Farthing Fairings. And we're going to wash it all down with some Miravor.
A butter dance.
This butter dance is nice and slow. This romantic butter dance.
Lembas.
Get the f*** out of here.
One small bite is enough to fill the stomach of a grown man.
Breadcrumbs. All right, so our first recipe today is Lembas bread. One of my favorites because I like to eat 4 of them at a time.
How many did you eat? 4.
First, we're gonna add 1 cup of cornmeal and 1 cup of flour together. We're gonna mix that around. We want it to combine fairly well. Bang, now it's cornmeal flour together. We're gonna add in 1 teaspoon of salt. We're gonna add 2 teaspoons of baking powder. 1 tablespoon of sugar. 2 tablespoons of Parmesan, grated Parmesan. 1 chili, finely diced. And lastly, a handful of chopped parsley. We've got to mix it together now. And that looks mixed enough for me. So lastly, we're gonna set this aside. Recipe here calls for half a pint, which is colloquially known as 1 cup. But Kevin put half a cup. He has ADHD. Now that we have half of a pint of buttermilk and 2 beaten eggs and 3 tablespoons of olive oil, we're gonna mix all of this together. I'm gonna mix it in the buttermilk here. Whoa. I'm gonna be honest with those of you who can't smell, you're not missing out. This does not smell good. It does not smell good. However, I'm gonna trust the elves and we're gonna keep on the process. So we add this slowly to the dry ingredients. That's weird. We're gonna switch over from that to something a little bit more for this bread here. Now that this is getting mixed together, a very interesting buttery smell is coming out. Way different than what I was smelling earlier. This is, gotta trust the process. Galadriel and her people know what's up. This is gonna turn into a delicious bread. The fat Hobbitses. Hopefully this is as good as the bread that Smeagol tossed over the cliff there and sprinkle some dust on Samwise. So the next step is we're gonna go ahead and get a pan here. Just gonna add some oil to this. You can spread it around, make sure it's all nice and coated. Once that's all good, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get this bread. We're gonna get it in there. Gotta spread it out a little bit so it get all nice and evenly cooked. We don't want any bunches there. Spread right to the edge. It smells and looks great. I'm very excited to dig into some Elevenses. We're going multicultural here. We got some cram coming up. That's from the dwarves. We got some Elvish stuff going up. We love multiracial in this household. So, now that that's all kind of spread out, we're gonna bake this for about 35 to 45 minutes in an oven that's preheated to 375.
He took it. He must have.
Smeagol? No, not poor Smeagol. Smeagol hates nasty elf bread.
All right, so we have that Lembas bread in the oven, and now we have to work on some of our cram. First things first, we're gonna take 3/4 cup of steel cut oats, and we're gonna add it to this bowl here. It smells like oats. Literally just oats. We're also gonna take a half cup of all-purpose flour. Once we got our flour and our oats in there, we're gonna go ahead and take a half a teaspoon of celery salt, add that in there, half a teaspoon of pepper, boom, right in there. And in this mixture, we actually put together toasted sesame seeds and poppy seeds, and it's about a 1/4 cup. Mix whatever way you want to do it. We're gonna throw this in. Eating like a bunch of birds out here. Oh, forgot a little pepper. You gotta have that pepper. All right, and yeah, And that's it. You're gonna take that and you're gonna actually, oh wait, that's not all. We're gonna add some butter in here. Some good old butter.
Cold.
Do you know what happens when we get some cold butter and we mix it in with some steel cut oats? The butter dance. The butter dance.
Oh.
I was warming up the butter. And hopefully get it in there. Okay. One piece at a time. Oh, watch out. Oh, watch out. We're getting that butter in there. Oh yeah, it feels so good on your fingers. All right, we got the butter in there. And then all we're gonna do from here is, apparently we just squish it all together. So we are mixing this up until it looks like breadcrumbs. If you don't know what that looks like, you probably shouldn't be cooking anything. We know what they look like because we're chefs. Real chefs. We're just having some fun. We don't know how to cook. Well, I do. Jay doesn't. And then we got our breadcrumb texture dough. And right here we have 5 tablespoons of water placed into this undersized container because I said to. And we're gonna add that right in. And you're gonna just keep mixing this together. It says mix or blend. This can't be any good, dude. This is gonna be terrible. Yeah, right, and we got a dough ball here. And then what we're gonna do from there is we're gonna roll this out on our incredible cutting board that we have right here on set. But first, we're gonna go ahead and clean all this up. Just like that. We're also gonna take these gloves off. Even though our hands are still gonna get messed up, we're gonna throw them in our sink here. That is fully functioning and doesn't have mosquito water in it. Now we're gonna go ahead and grab some flour out of here. We already have a little measuring cup, and we're gonna dust our tray here. I'm gonna add a little extra because it does feel a little wet, and I'm also gonna get a little more just in my hand so I can get the rolling pin that we have here. And we're gonna hit that and coat it up real nice. Don't you get any ideas out there? I know this looks bad.
Oh my god!
And then we're gonna take this,
Slap.
get out of there. And we're gonna do it like that. Perfectly smooth, and we're just gonna roll this bad boy out. So the recipe calls for 20, but for today we're gonna do as much as we can fit out of here. We're gonna shape this dough into a nice straight edge rectangle here. And then we're just gonna make some nice pieces of cram. We're probably just gonna do about 12 here, whatever this is. And these are gonna be nice little cram crackers.
Yeah.
Get it? And if you ever play the Fellowship of the Ring on PS2, you'll know that this is a major source of health in the beginning of the game, specifically when you get to Aragorn's part. And if you didn't know about that game, it's actually pretty cool. It came out before the movies, so it's all different voice actors, and the storyline is like more true to the book. So if you haven't done it, want some cool nostalgia vibes, grab yourself a real PlayStation 2 and game. Once you have all your crams laid out unevenly and not chef-like at all, you're going to go ahead and put these in the oven at 350 degrees for about 40 minutes. Next up, Jay's gonna whip up some West Farthing Fairings.
So, what we're making next is some West Farthing Fairings. West Farthing Fairings? West Farthing Fairings. If you know what it is, leave it in the comments. Mix the flour, 3/4 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda, half teaspoon of ginger, that was cinnamon, half teaspoon of ginger, and half teaspoon of allspice. Don't forget the zest of 1 lemon. My name's Ray. My friend Raymond. My friends call me Ray. That's a Disney reference. Don't get us the mouse. All right, so now it says to rub the butter in with your fingers until it feels like breadcrumbs. Oh. So this butter dance is nice and slow. This romantic butter dance. Because we're making some cookies. They're gonna be delicious. Gonna rub it in with your fingies. Alright, and we're gonna butter dance these together now. I cannot believe how good this smells. For the dumb basic ingredients that we put in. It's supposed to look like sand. It's coarse and it gets everywhere. Oh, that's wrong cinematic universe. This is supposed to be breadcrumbs. All right, so now once you got some breadcrumbs, or alleged breadcrumbs, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add in a 1/4 cup of sugar. Sugar. Get that in there. Woo! About to make a name for myself. 2 tablespoons of light corn syrup, or liquid glass from the look of it. Oh God, that feels dirty. Yeah, it's not as sticky as I thought. The breadcrumbs really just ate it up. The breadcrumbs being West Farthing Fairings. I don't know, dude. What do you keep asking me questions, bro? I ain't got no answers. I'm just making some cookies, dude. So if you keep playing with the ball, it turns nice and smooth and looks nothing like breadcrumbs. But now we're gonna roll it out into what the Hobbit book here says is 12 equal pieces. It doesn't say how long to roll it out, but 12 equal pieces. Oh my God, this is the meme where Kevin was counting. He's like 1, 2, 3, 12, 8, 16. Who's counting?
Not that easy, is it, Jay?
It isn't. So once you cut it into a pizza bite, now for some reason we roll back into a ball, which it just fell apart in my hand. So we roll this guy back into a ball. We got our Hobbit-sized baking tray I borrowed from the Shire. We're gonna put 4 of these bad boys right there. Now I'm gonna roll the next ball up. All right, so these are our 4 cookies. We're gonna put this into a 350-degree oven for 8 to 10 minutes or until it's cracked and golden. Now, Kevin's gonna make some Mirevour.
So while those West Farthing Farlings, are finishing up in the oven, we're gonna go ahead and make some Mirevour. This rosewater right here was gifted to us by Elrond, and it is the key ingredient to this delicious Mirevour drink. It's super easy. First thing we're gonna do is start with 2.5 cups of sugar. We're gonna put into this right here. Make sure your pan's warm. And we're also gonna take 7.5 ounces of water. And we're gonna add this in there, just like that.
Bang.
Bang. All right, once you have this up to a boil and all your sugar's dissolved, we're gonna go ahead and take 1 lemon. I haven't done this ever on camera, but you already know we gotta get that, get that in there. Wow, how does Jay do that so efficiently? That was crazy. Just half of that is going in. Oh, yeah, we don't keep these around here. Get the out of here. Now that that's gone, we can get back to business here. Right now, we're gonna add in this rare rose water. Oh. Now, if you get the refreshing afternoon pea sound, you know you're doing it right. And all you're gonna do is you're gonna let this simmer for about 4 to 5 minutes. And then to serve, you're gonna add some ice cubes to a nice glass, 2 to 3 tablespoons of this cordial, and some water. And you'll have a delicious Mirevour. And now we're gonna plate everything up.
have ended that day, but evil was allowed to endure.
Yeah. All right, it's episode 3, Video Game Eats. We're done. We made some Elevenses. Jay, what did we make for Elevenses?
First, we started off with some Lembas bread. You can see it right here. I think it kind of looks like cornbread, but who knows? Secondly, we made some cram that looks like birdseed. Thirdly, we got West Farthing Fairings, which is some gingerbread cookies. And we're going to wash it all down with Au Revoir, which is an Elvish drink that what they thought was a drink from Valar.
Rose water and sugar. It tastes good. It's like almost like as much sugar as in it tastes like unsweetened iced tea. That's
Actually, a way better way to describe that.
right. We're definitely gonna need this because the next couple things we're gonna eat are pretty freaking dry. But we're gonna start with this cram.
Yep.
And we're throwing some pepper jack on there because we like our cheese.
Elevenses.
Yeah.
It's dry, but it's very tasty.
I think the cheese really helps a lot.
Yeah.
But I think you described it as birdseed. Yeah, it tastes like birdseed.
Look that way. Oh, it's good now. It tastes good now.
Really sweet. It's like tea. It tastes like honest.
It is tea. It is the clearest tea I've ever had.
All you need is a little mix. Look at that. You know, plating every episode is tough. Sometimes you miss things, Jay. But
All right, let's dig into some Lembas bread, bro.
all right, I think we're definitely gonna need some butter on this. I'm gonna put butter at least,
I'm gonna take a little bite first.
and then you're just gonna go ahead and bite. You're already in there. It's dry,
The butter is definitely a good idea.
but very good.
It's very good, but it is dry. It needs to be one of those things you eat fresh out the oven.
They're just little snacks to get you through the day. You have to have your first and second breakfast. You got 11 to keep it going.
And it's only like another 90 minutes to luncheon, which is our next episode.
And we're really gonna eat good during luncheon.
These are what I'm most excited for because I made them.
These are the West Farthing Farthings, right?
West Farthing Fairings. It's literally the best ginger snap I've ever had. Trust me, I know a good ginger snap.
They're really good. But everyone needs to go out there and do something, Jay. What the hell is it?
If you like video games and you like food, and we like you, so you should like us. Go ahead and subscribe.
Have a great night, y'all.
It's delicious. Like, this is really good. And it was quick. I'd make this again.
I am gonna try another piece of Lembas with the melted butter in it. Or just, we have some pieces that broke in half. I think some butter in there. That'll be good too. Poisonous leaves. That's why we need that one.